Liquid glass complements the evolution of Apple product design as screens have gotten more rounded and more immersive. It's represented in the UI in rounded, floating forms that nest neatly in the rounded curves of modern devices. These clearly defined shapes feel easy to tap and are designed to relate to the natural geometry of our fingers, so they feel friendly to touch interaction. The primary way liquid glass visually defines itself is through something called lensing. Lensing occurs all around us in our experience of the natural world.
Take a look at this image. It's one of the most iconic visuals ever made. A beam of white light entering a prism and splitting into a full spectrum of color. That is called refraction, light bending through glass, and it's not just beautiful, it's actually physics. Real glass distorts, splits, and reflects the world around it based on angles, speed, and the material itself. Now, take a look at this. This is Apple's new liquid glass design, and it's built to just act like that prism. Panels aren't just translucent, they refract the UI behind them. They glow, they bend light. They feel real. But this isn't just a visual update. Apple has rethought how motion, animation, and physics should work in software, and iOS 26 is the result. Let me show you how Apple made the smoothest, most responsive UI ever, and why liquid glass might be the most important design shift since iOS 7. Have you ever just wondered why iPhones feel so smooth? While scrolling glides, apps melt open and close, and everything just seems to respond the moment you touch it? Well, it's not just good design, it's animation, and no one does it like Apple. With iOS 26, Apple is taking this to the next level with a new look they call liquid glass. It's a UI so fluid, so dynamic, it almost feels like you're moving real sheets of translucent glass with your fingers. In this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly how Apple animations work, why they feel so satisfying, and what's actually new with iOS 26's liquid glass aesthetic that's changing everything again. Apple's animation design isn't just about flight. They're playing basketball. Apple's animation design isn't just about flash, it's about function. They have a simple rule. Motion must serve a purpose. In Apple's human interface guidelines, they say it straight. Don't add motion just for the sake of adding motion. That means every transition, bounce, and zoom exist for a reason, to show and cause effect, guide attention, or give you feedback. For example, when you open an app, it zooms out from the app icon's position. That's not eye candy, it's spatial awareness. Your brain connects that icon to the full screen app. It's grounding. When you scroll to the end of a list, it doesn't just stop, it bounces back with a rubber band effect. That's the subtle way of telling you you've reached the end. It's not just about what you see, it's also about what you feel. Apple's animations create the illusion that your phone is a real-world object with momentum, friction, and depth. Wait guys, I just want to take a quick moment in this video to talk about the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. You might be noticing it is pretty dark right now, and you will notice that later in the video, it does get pretty damn dark. But I am lit up perfectly because the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro stays locked onto my face at all times throughout the video, and I'm also using the light which keeps me lit up at all times. It has different modes too. Along with that, it's also very stable. Guys, I'm running right now. Look how stable it is. I have a full review of the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, and if this product interests you at all, I have my affiliate links down below for Insta360. Anyways, let's get back to the... So why do Apple's animations feel better than other platforms? First, the optimization with frame rate. For years, Apple targeted 60 FPS across the UI, and now with ProMotion displays on newer iPhones, 13 Pro and up, it's now up to 120 FPS, which means double the frames, double the smoothness, and now your brain definitely notices. But it's not just speed, it's about how those frames follow your touch. Swipe to go home, and the app doesn't just disappear. It follows your finger, syncing in sync as you move. That real-time feedback is what makes the iPhone feel like an extension of you. You, not me. You, but also me. But also you. Apple absolutely nails the easing, how animations speed up and how they slow down. Nothing snaps or jolts, movements are natural and almost physics-based. This is what Apple means when they are talking about how interfaces feel human. It reacts, flows, and finishes just the way your body expects. Back in 2007, the original iPhone didn't just change smartphones, it changed how we think about UI. Before it, phones were really stiff. You tap something and maybe it changed, but on iPhone you flicked a list and it flew. Icons wobbled when you rearranged them, buttons zoomed, apps bounced. Every animation had weight, friction, and joy. Fast forward many years later to iOS 7, Apple's biggest visual shift. They ditched the leather textures and glossy skeuomorphism for flat design, but they added more animation. Control Center and Notification Center floated over translucent layers. App transitions zoomed in from icons. Even the wallpaper had parallax, giving the whole new phone a sense of motion and space. From there, every iOS version laid in more polish. iOS 10 brought iMessage bubble animations, iOS 13 refined dark mode transitions, and iOS 16 introduced live activities which update in real time. Each update wasn't just about looks, it was about how it felt. Now in iOS 26, Apple introduces a new visual language, liquid glass. You've probably heard it a million quadrillion times. But it's more than just a look, it's an entire shift on how the UI behaves. UI panels now appear like dynamic sheets of glass, translucent, layered, and alive, and even as you move your phone. Some elements catch subtle reflections, backgrounds blur dynamically, adapting to what's behind them. Widgets, control center, notifications, they don't just slide in, they feel like they're floating on layers of frosted glass that you can move through. Even the clock on the lock screen is adaptive to what's behind it, and it's built of these amazing glass number blocks which just looks really nice. And with music playing, album art can now animate the entire screen, creating a mini dynamic background. It's all about building depth, personality, and fluidity. Fluid. Oh my god, fluidity. But here's the part that most people don't realize. All of its magic runs on an engine. Apple's animation system is built on something called core animation, a framework designed to handle complex animations while offloading heavy work to the GPU and not the CPU. Now, what does that actually mean? It means your phone can run multiple layered high frame rate animations without lag or battery drain. Core animation breaks down every movement into a series of interpolated frames in between the start and end states. It renders them very efficiently. You might swipe a panel, but under the hood, the CPU is calculating how that panel should shift, scale, and blur, and fade frame by frame. It's pretty impressive when you think about it. And then there's Metal. Not this one, this one. Apple's graphic API in iOS 26 introduced Metal 4, improving performance further. Now, even complex UI with live blurs, reflections, and parallax can render at 120 FPS on modern iPhones. And it's not just speed, it's responsiveness. Apple optimized touch input latency down to under 10 milliseconds, and that's why animations feel so reactive, because they are. All of this comes together in iOS 26 to let Apple run incredibly fluid animations without sacrificing responsiveness. How many mispronunciations have I done in this video? Why am I even doing this? Now let's walk through a few moments that show liquid glass at its best. First of all is unlocking. Wake your phone, the clock floats over the background with a translucent shine. Swipe up and the whole panel lifts away with a soft edge glow, like sliding a piece of bent glass over a table. Control center. Pull it down and it adapts to your current background, blurring and tinting based on what's underneath. The toggles animate with soft and springy motion. Widgets also resize in motion. Interactive widgets animate with live data, these beautiful number animations. Weather, music, and I don't know, calendar. They all animate with these beautiful transitions, which, I mean, they aren't necessarily liquid glass, but I mean, if you have clear icons on, yes. Multitasking has always looked amazing on iOS, even though it's not very functional. Every app sheet, swiping one away feels like a real object. It doesn't vanish, it drifts, and it blurs out because it follows your finger like this. You know this motion, you've done it before closing apps. Everything just feels fluid on iPhone, not just animated, but alive, like me and like you watching the video. It's getting dark. I'm gonna rocket fire. Apple isn't just chasing pretty visuals. Every animation in iOS 26 still follows their core design values. Keep users orientated, make transitions predictable, and prioritize function over flash. That's why you'll see tab bars shrink as you scroll, to give more content more space, or app windows scaling smoothly in multitasking, so you never feel lost. And for accessibility, Apple has a setting called reduce motion. So if you're sensitive to these motion effects, you can tone it all down while still keeping the core experience. It's still Apple's world, just with more glass. iOS 26's liquid glass isn't just change for the sake of change or a gimmick. It's accumulation of over a decade of motion, design, performance, tuning, and visual storytelling. Every swipe, tap, bounce, and blur is engineered to feel right, to make software feel physical, understandable, and even a little bit magical in a sense. And if you don't notice the details, your brain does. Trust me, it really does. In fact, go to your phone settings and turn on reduce motion, and use it for more than 5 minutes. Yeah, you'll notice a difference pretty fast. Hey, is this your phone?
Yes.
Is it an iPhone?
Yes.
Do you know what animations are?
Yes.
Do you know what phone animations are?
No.
Okay, go into an app or something.
Okay, I'll go into clock.
Do you notice what's going on?
No.
No?
Well, it's normal. It's how my phone works.
What do you notice about the clock opening?
Well, it's fast. It's like good.
But like, do you know what's actually going on there?
It's just being normal. Just how my phone works.
Okay, wait, can you just... Okay, can you use your phone really quick?
Yeah,
just
like
use it.
the same apps that I was...
just like use it.
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
Maybe like change your brightness or something, you know, like... Do you see there's like not really much bounciness? Or okay, now give me this and I'm gonna... Okay, now use your phone.
Oh, it's white. Oh, it's way better.
So once iOS 26 is fully public and the next time you unlock your iPhone using it and you see that shimmer of motion, remember, you're not just using a phone. You're using one of the most finely tuned animation engines on the planet. And yeah, that is what makes Apple's UI feel alive. If you enjoyed this little breakdown, leave a comment. Is Liquid Glass the future of UI design, or is it just shiny fluff? And hit subscribe if you want more videos like this. I might have to make a longer video at some point. I had to cut this video a little bit short. This was originally going to be like 5 minutes longer and a bit more in depth, but it is getting pretty dark pretty fast, so I have cut it a little bit. I do have some more yapping to do.